Welcome back to MrJayDM. It's been a while since I posted a video, but we are back here with a new project that I am going to introduce right now. Here under this car cover we have a car that is pretty incredible. It has a custom paint job, custom graphics, and obviously there's an engine swap, and it has a super nice fat exhaust. So without further ado, let's pull this cover off and let's see what's underneath it. As you can see, it is a shit box. The paint is chipping pretty bad. Bumper doesn't fit real well. It's got some major rust, and it's been sitting for a long time. Got some cool custom taillights that are moldy, plus 5 horsepower. Ooh, look at this rust spot. Wow. And here's our custom shaved door handle. And obviously it's an 88. Or it could be an 89, but it's an 88. Let's check out the interior. The door cards are pretty crunchy and in terrible shape. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but they painted that and they painted that. That door card over there is not in horrible shape, but it's not perfect. Looks like it's missing the glove box, the whole console, and it's a 5-speed. The interior is not actually gutted, but it's actually sitting back there. But yeah, it's not in the best shape, let me tell you. The seats are pretty much non-existent. It's got this super cool Mugen steering wheel, and it's got 171,000 miles with some white gauges. And the auto aircon, or the aircon, is cracked and broke. But yeah, the interior of this car is pretty much trashed. And I would say the exterior of this car is pretty much trashed. So you might ask, why in the hell do I have this car? Well, it's not mine, and what's under the hood is the only thing worth any value. Alright, you're looking at a B16a3 from the Del Sol SI with the B series. And you can see it was originally red, or at least these fenders were. But what we're going to do is we're going to pull this engine and we're going to put it in something else. And that something else also is not my car. So I'm doing all this work for somebody else. But the profit from this will go into that CRV, my red wagon, and the Beagle. So the B16a3 apparently runs. I haven't tried to start it because this car has no battery, and apparently the fuel pump in this car is bad, so it wouldn't start even if I tried. But my job for this is to pull this engine out of this hunk of junk shit box of a CRX, which, you know, it could be saved. It could be saved, but I don't have the time or the money to put into it. Maybe somebody else, but I don't know what he's gonna do with the shell, to be honest. He offered it to me, but you know, I don't, yeah, I want it, but I don't have the time or the money to put into it. So we're gonna pull the engine, we're gonna pull the wiring, because the car this is going into is a dual point, and so we're gonna have to convert that and do wiring work. And whoever did this wiring work is, you know, I'm not gonna talk shit about the person. I don't know who did it, but it's, you know, it's pretty shoddy at best. I mean, it's not great. You see the wiring on the, all the wiring for the distributor is just like pulled out of the loom and just kind of hanging there. So who knows what we're gonna find once we get into it. But what we are gonna do is, when we do the dual point conversion for the other car, we're gonna get rid of the resistor box. We're gonna put ODB1 injectors in it. That way it'll be ready for future upgrades. But yeah, that is the next project. We're gonna pull the engine out of it and swap it into another EF. And as far as the 88 wagon, this wagon, we are going to finish it up as soon as possible, but we have some wiring issues because it's an 88. The 88 wiring is completely different than the 89 through 91, as I've said previous videos. So we are waiting for a 88 engine harness, an SI engine harness for it, which it is on the way. And then we also have some CRV, first gen CRV front wheel drive cups that will slide into the rear trailing arms, because this used to be all-wheel drive. Right now the rear wheels are just being held on by the bearings. The axle is what actually holds the wheel on. And so on the first gen CRVs, if they are front wheel drive only, the rear trailing arms has basically an axle cup that will slide into here. We're also waiting on those. And we received the new distributor for this. It does crank, but obviously it won't start because it gets no spark and no fuel. But I think the fuel pump in this thing is bad too, because I don't even hear it. But that also could be an issue with the wiring harness. You know, I could recreate the whole wiring harness on this car to recreate it for an 88, but you're talking a lot of time, a lot of effort, and just labor, just the labor involved on basically creating a whole wiring harness from scratch. So I'm not doing that. We found a 88 wiring harness and it should be here soon. Once we get that, we can get it started and we can button up all the small details. But until all that shows up, we're gonna pull the engine out of this car, and then the owner of this car is gonna come yank it and pull it away and then bring the car that the engine's going into. It is really cold outside, so we're gonna close up this video in the house. I haven't posted a video mostly just because it's been super cold. It's been warm the past couple days, but today it's crazy cold again, and it's been raining off and on all day. So I took this time to introduce this car while it's not raining. But also I've been working on my house a lot recently. I moved my son upstairs because my middle child, she moved out. So we moved my son upstairs into her room. But before we did that, we had to do drywall work and paint and you know, it's a pain in the ass, drywall work especially. But then also my wife is starting a new job, and the new job will allow her to work from home. So we converted my son's old room into my wife's office, which then again, I had to do drywall work and I had to paint. So I've been busy doing a lot of work around the house. You know, once I get the wall done in the living room, then I'm going to paint our bedroom. So yeah, again, I've been doing a lot of work around the house. It's you know, when it's cold outside, I don't want to work on the cars, and you know, unless it's absolutely necessary. And I do have a video of my wife's second gen CRV. I had to replace the starter. Hopefully I'll get that edited and uploaded here real soon. But it was like insanely cold out. And I didn't record, you know, a step-by-step tutorial on how to replace a starter. But, you know, there's still a lot of detail. But anyway, with all that being said, I guess I'm going to close out this video. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next project. And I will see you all in the next video.